Okay, welcome and thank you all for coming out tonight. Let's have another round of applause for our strings players who just played for us. They sounded awesome. Good job, ladies. All right, so as we enter the 5th grade band portion of the concert, this concert is going to look a little bit different from the rest of our concerts going forward. Because this is their first opportunity to perform, we're going to give you little snapshots throughout the school year. And then as we move into the spring and we learn some more advanced music, you're going to see them playing longer form music and more complex music. But tonight it's all about making sure that we are having a nice unified sound. So at the very beginning of the year, we had to learn a lot of things. Everyone's brand new in band, so everything was brand new with us. It first started with posture. Okay. And I'm sure you are all very familiar with these positions. I'm sure when they're watching TV in the afternoons, this is what you see. So we had to completely relearn everything. First, we learned how to sit with our feet on the floor, our backs nice and tall, importantly, our shoulders nice and relaxed. And we learned how to bring our instruments all the way up to our mouths, nice and relaxed, without having to adjust our bodies forward. After that, we started to get into our first sounds. And those first couple days were a bit chaotic. And in fact, we're going to show you. That first day that we made a sound on our instruments, it kind of sounded like this. Yeah. And you're probably familiar with those noises at home as well. Okay. And then after that, once we got into the noise-making part, we learned how to use our fingers properly, what our first note should look and sound like, and then we started to sound a bit more like this. Much better. So after, yeah, you can applaud for that. Yeah, that's great. So after our noise making, after our first notes, we've spent a lot of the past semester learning a bunch of new notes so that way we can start learning songs. So we are going to show you in a moment all of the notes that we've learned so far, and then we're going to get into some more songs. So here are all of the notes that these 5th graders know. They're super excited about it, and hopefully you've heard all these notes at home as well. So, as we get into our actual music, rather than having me talk and tell you everything that we've learned in the music, I've invited a couple of students throughout the concert to come up and tell us a little bit about the music that we're playing. Can our first three people come on up, please? So, for the rest of the concert, these guys are going to introduce our music for us, and I won't talk as much, I promise.
After we learned our first three notes, we learned some basic songs. We recognized some of these songs, but others were completely new to us.
These songs taught us how to use correct air, correct articulations, and correct fingerings, all at the same time. At first it was difficult to play while thinking about all these things, but the more we practiced, the easier it was.
Please enjoy our next three selections, which are Hot Cross Buns, Our Clair de Lune, and Mary Had a Little Lamb. Next up, we have our favorites from our workbook. Up next is Down by the Station and Good King Wenceslas.
After those songs, we will be playing sections, features, in band class. One of our favorite things to do is play solos or duets for the class, so Mr. Clausen had us pick from our favorite songs in the book to play in groups.
After the votes were tallied, the woodwinds are going to play Stomp Rock, the percussion section will play Ode to Joy, and the brass section will play Old MacDonald. We hope you enjoy our performances.
Our final 4 sections will be Lightly Row, Shark, Star Search, and Jingle Bells. These songs are the most complex pieces that we have learned so far this year.
Light, Lightly Row and Jingle Bells are both duets, which means that there are 2 different parts happening at the same time. In Lightly Row, you will hear the band switch parts when we repeat.
After our last song, we will have a short set change while the 6th graders get ready to play. Thank you for coming to see us tonight, and please enjoy our last section of the concert.
So, as percussionists are changing instruments, what you just heard was a little bit of a teaser for the rest of the concert. That was by far the most simple piece of music that you're going to hear the sixth graders play. And actually, our next piece of music that we are going to play is the most challenging piece of music that we've worked on so far this year. In fact, this sixth grade class is farther than in the book than any sixth grade class I've had before. This next piece of music was actually featured in the sixth graders for last year's spring concert. So they are essentially an entire concert ahead of previous groups. So they are doing absolutely wonderfully. They're practicing a lot, which is showing in class, and everything is going well. So you're going to hear a couple different dynamic changes in this. We're going from loud to soft, back and forth, and each section of the band is going to be featured in the middle of this one. So please enjoy our next piece. We have Mr. Ian Hughes playing Hail the Conquering Hero and Jan Brock accompanying. Next up, we have another soloist, Erica Akers. I always have a really hard time paring it down to even just two. So you're going to hear the same song again, but you'll see each person still plays it wonderfully. And Erica, take it away. Our last piece of music is titled Fury, which is definitely a favorite among the students. This one, they get to play a little bit more energetically, pretty different from the Little Swallow, which you heard right before it. Without further ado, here's Fury. Thank you so much for coming out tonight to hear our students perform. Hopefully you enjoyed the concert. I've had a wonderful time with them in class so far this year, and many more months to come and years. All right, the sixth graders are going to help us pack up the stage a little bit. So sixth grade parents, they'll just be a minute. Fifth graders, at this time you may stand, go backstage and put your instruments away and come right back to your parents. But thank you again for coming out tonight, and have a wonderful evening.